Clothing. I'm sure that you all know that the clothing industry has suffered quite a decrease in quality lately, and I really felt this personally when I went to the mall and saw sweaters that were like $250 that straight up had holes in them because the seams weren't finished properly and that was not cleaned up by quality control. So I decided to go back and record more instances of just straight up damaged or poor quality clothing in the store itself. This is a rather pointless mission, I understand, because I'm very sure that you all know that the garment industry is not exactly doing the best right now. But I really hope that I can bring up a point or two that can help you make smarter shopping decisions in the future, and if not, I really hope that you enjoy the video anyways. Thank you so much. So today I went to the mall with no way to pay for anything and a whole load of camera gear. Just for the science of it. So what are you doing at the mall, you might say? Shopping? Not exactly. Quite the contrary, actually. One thing to note is I actually cut out the names of all the brands in this video because this is an overall commentary on the garment industry rather than one entity, and I really didn't want to draw negativity towards one brand. One thing to look out for is material tags. This is a $150 blazer that, honestly, when I first felt it, I thought this was canvas material, and the inside is definitely 100% polyester, the lining. However, they actually hid the materials tag behind the dry clean only, which for everyday wear, probably not the best idea that it's dry clean only. And the made in Vietnam tag, it's actually hidden, like behind all of this, behind the serial number even. Viscose is interesting because it's technically a plant fiber, but it's basically a lyocell that's been treated with harsh chemicals, and as such, it's actually lower quality than real lyocell. And the lining is 100% polyester, which generally you actually don't want that because the lining is what's sitting directly on your skin at times. And so that's what's actually going to be trapping moisture and getting stinky. Well, with all these people using the escalators all day, I guess they can't always be working. So another thing to look out for is that price does not equal quality. So here we have a $209 MSRP jacket that you would think that this would be at least made of some natural fibers. Again, material tags. Actually, with this one, you don't even need the material tags. It just feels so polyester. But, alas, if we do open it, and credit to this brand, at least the material tag is easy to find. Yep, 96% polyester, 4% spandex for the shell, and 95% polyester and 5% spandex for the lining, which honestly, if I were to pick between a natural fiber lining and a natural fiber shell, I would actually pick the lining because that's what's actually going to be touching your skin, and that's what's actually going to be contributing to the garment's comfort. And just for reference, this is a $60 jacket that's 100% cotton and actually feels amazing. Ah yes, I found my mode of transportation. Another thing to look out for in the store are loose threads. Like here, we just straight up have an entire length of thread just loose from the skirt, sorry. And you can actually see where the other end snapped off. I'm sorry. I didn't get kicked out. That's a miracle. You can actually see where it snapped from the other side. And you can see where that stitch line doesn't continue throughout. That's just completely gone. This could probably open up now. This one's more of an obvious one, but it's also really important to just look for knobs in the fabric where the pattern wasn't exactly uniform. This is actually intentional on certain weaves, but on something like this that's mostly uniform, that is a telltale sign that it might not be the highest quality of material. Actually, another positive, This stitch length is absolutely tiny, and that's actually really good because tiny stitches don't catch as easily and are therefore more durable. Plus, it's just more points of contact between fabric and fabric below. And this appears to be a finished edge on the outside at least. Let's check on the inside. You can see it's finished on both sides. So this is actually a very durable stitch. Another way that you can kind of judge the quality of your garment in the store, and this is a little more advanced, is by looking at how the seams are finished. Like here on the inside, we can see that this seam is just serged, while on top, this is more serging, but they actually opened the seam and pressed it flat and then serged it down. You can see the serging coming through on the other side. This is a far more durable way to finish it, and it'll sit way flatter. That is some highly intense fraying. I have no idea how I wasn't kicked out of that store. I was in there for so long and just rooting through their entire stock. So the fire alarm just went off. Huh. Well, this is exciting. So this is a very interesting predicament where they actually intentionally didn't finish this edge, but this material is called jersey, and it really doesn't fray very much at all. And if you're wondering what that is, it's basically what t-shirts are made of. But it's a super durable material that doesn't fray a lot, so they can get away with doing this. Not a gripe against a brand, but it's kind of interesting how a brand that literally has cotton in their name has 45% viscose. Count the number of loose threads that you see in this frame alone. Generally not the best when there are straight up broken products in the store. That strap is just completely snapped and frayed off. Another general thing to look for is pattern match or patterns that really stand out, like these stripes. They should really be matched up. And just to prove that it's not just fast fashion, this is a pretty name brand, and that does not look intentional. That just looks rolled over. And it's not the only one that has it either. And it's different on each one, so it definitely isn't intentional. So I just went into Hobbs London for more field work, and I was immediately greeted by 2 employees, and they were like literally the nicest people I've ever met. So if you're going to Roosevelt Field Mall, Hobbs London, great place. And also, they literally straight up told me that it's quality clothing and it's not fast fashion. So there's that. Ah yes, thank you Roosevelt Field Mall. Thank you a lot. Honestly, and that was the video. I really hope that you enjoyed, and maybe that you learned a thing or two. If not, then I really hope that it was fun watching me almost get kicked out of so many stores. It was super fun to do this. The fieldwork was amazing, and I'm so excited to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much for everything, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.